Until very recently, people would not talk about it. In Jewish families, they didn't want to talk about what had happened, what they'd been through, what happened to their family. And I don't know what happened to my family because they wouldn't talk about it. My father, I'm sure they got letters, this, that, and the other. My father found out there were 2 cousins in Sweden, so I mean, he knew someone had contacted. They wouldn't talk about it, they wouldn't tell us. It was a nightmare. And it's only in the last 5-10 years that people have started talking about it and saying what happened to them. And it's good that it's now recorded and whether it helps people. The sad thing is that does it help people stop it happening again? And the fact is it's happening again. And so one wonders. But anyway, as soon as we stopped here, I want to tell you two stories, 2 things. One, I relate and I tell you stories, things that happened to me in different places. And on one occasion, I guided a group who were from Canada, the States. It was a family, extended family. States, Canada, and France. And it was in English and French. And when we came here, they said, we know of someone from the museum itself who's going to take us around. And a woman took us around and had a very great tour. And this was the old museum. The museum you're going to go through is only 2 years old. It was the old museum, and you will see, even in the new museum, you'll come to a place where there's a doll. A doll. Well, at that time the doll was in a section which was toys of children. Now it's part of the general museum. And we came past that box, that glass container thing, and she walked past it and she said, and she said a name. And we carried on to the next thing, and we carried on, and finally we came out and we were talking about something outside here. And someone of the group said, keep on thinking, we went past a glass, case, and there was a doll there, and you didn't tell us anything about it, and you said a name. Did you say the name of the doll? I didn't understand. And she said, right, as soon as you asked, it was the name of my doll. And my mother gave me that doll. And my mother died. My parents died in the camp. And I was given that doll, and she said to me, that is your baby. You put it to bed, you feed it, you sing it lullaby, you do all the things that I do to you now, you do to that baby. That's your baby, that's your child. You don't let anybody its mother. And she said, that's what I did. And they came to release us, and at a later stage I was put on a ship and I went to Israel. And on the boat, the doll, which she, was day and night playing with it, fell on the ground and the head smashed. And out of the head came photographs of her mother, and the mother's ring, and all the things that mother wanted to give to the child, but knew if she gave it, it would either be taken away or the child would lose it or whatever. And that was the story. And of course, after she told that, everybody that ended the tour because no one could talk. It's absolutely amazing. The other story happened to me about 2 years ago. I was guiding 4 people down to the Dead Sea. And there was an older guy, and about my age, a little older than me. And the others were young. And we started talking, got to know them, this, that, and the other. And he said he comes to Israel fairly often. And he'd just been to see a friend of his in a kibbutz in the south. And I said, what kibbutz? And he said, I have friends, and it turns out it's the same person. He said, we were in the youth movement together. So I said, so was I. And there was a bond there. And he said, what? And then he started, we really knew each other. So I said I come often because I go to the Holocaust Museum every time. And I said, how come? And he said, well, my photograph's been published so many times that anybody who studied Holocaust, and they have a study program here, people know my photograph. And I said, what is it? We said, and you look out for it. When you come towards the end of the walk, you'll come to a photograph which is the American troops releasing a camp, and they're having a service. It's a rabbi, and you see the Jewish troops and the inmates of the camp. And two kids are looking at the camera, he and his brother. And he said, you'll see the one of the kids, and I afterwards went and looked and saw it, you'll see it yourself. Two kids, two kids in the front are looking at the camera. One is here, he went to the States, to New York, at the age of 8, 9, and was there until, as far as I know, until today. So those are the two stories that stand out in my mind. So what I'm going to do is take you to the end of the museum now and show you where you come out. And then you're going to walk from there to where we said we would meet. And we'll fix an hour. And I think we'll fix an hour, which will be the closing of this place. And from there we'll go back to the museum, the what's name we'll do on Saturday. It's 3:45.